Hey guys, my name is Justin and we are the visual committee. Today we're going to have a video for you that's going to outline our marching fundamentals, and this is going to include the 5 points of alignment, low mark time, high mark time, straight leg technique for forward marching and backward marching, slides, and then the full pre-game sequence.
So the first thing we're going to talk about today is the 5 points of alignment. So this is how you create your basic posture that we'll use while marching. So step one, you want to think about your ankles. So you put your heels and toes together, and then directly above your ankles will be your knees. You don't want them to be locked, just straight above your ankles, then up to your hips, all in that straight line. Then for your shoulders, you want to bring them up, back, and down. So that will create a open look while still being in line with the rest of your points. And then the last point is going to be the bone behind your ear called your mastoid. And in order to get that in line, it will require you to raise your chin just a little bit so you're projecting out. And then to get in our attention position, the command is set, and you bring your arms up into brackets. So your right arm will be above your left. Your palms should be facing the ground. And you want to bring your arms up to eye level and then raise your chin to be in line with your arms. So if you were doing the 5 points of alignment, your chin and everything should already be in line. All you're doing is just bringing your arms up. All right, so now I'm going to call Clark to set. Get set.
Set.
All right, you draw. And then from there, we can go into a horns up position. So in order to do that, you just slide your right arm over so that your right hand is over your left, and you want your arms to be parallel to the ground and your elbow to be in line with your shoulder. So I should think exactly what Clark's doing. And then the command for that, you'll hear 4 claps or metronome clicks. And then what you say is snap as you snap into that position. So you want it to be a very quick snapping motion. And we'll demonstrate that right now. Stand set.
Set. Snap.
So next we're going to learn about the mark time. It's going to look a little something like this. And we do that to, keep time while we're sitting in place. The verbal to get into that will be push. So on count 8, you're going to push your knee out like this. Make sure it's nice and rigid and snappy. And then on count 1, you're going to bring the heel down like this, and then so forth for count 2 and whatnot. So I have my model here, Andrew. I'm going to call him to set, and then he's going to do 8 counts of low mark time. Band, set.
Set. Snap. 2, 3, push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, close, snap.
So next we're going to talk about the high mark time. This might be new to a lot of you since I don't know how many high schools do it, but so you want to think about tracing your foot up the side of your leg, and you want the curve of your foot to line up with the curve of your calf. Also focus on keeping your toes pointed down to the ground, and then in order to take a step, you'll just switch. You want to engage your core to stay as sturdy as possible while you're moving. And the verbals for this are, you will say lift as you bring up your left foot, and then just left, right, or 1, 2, 3, 4. And then to close, you'll do a push like with the low mark time, and then close. So I'm going to have Clark demonstrate this for you. He's going to do 4 counts of half time, high mark time, and then 4 counts of normal time. Band set.
Set. Snap. 2, 3, lift, left, right, left, right, 1, 2, 3, push, close, snap.
So now we're going to be talking about the forward march. And so we're going to be standing in our step position. And you want to think about pushing off the platform of your right foot on 8. And that's our verbal. So we'll have 7, push, 1. And you want to think about the and of the beat being your left foot is right in front of your right foot, and so that you can land with the heel, and we want to keep our legs straight the entire time. So now I'm going to have Rose take 1 step forward, so I'm going to call her to set. Band set.
Set. Snap. Push. 1.
Yeah. And what we really want to be thinking through this is keeping our weight in the middle of our two legs, so, you can go ahead and lie. So that we can carry our momentum through multiple steps and stay even, and we're not moving forward and backwards. And you also want to think about rolling through each step. So you want to get your toe as high as possible so that you're rolling over a tube of toothpaste. So let's try that one more time.
One step.
Band set.
Set. Snap. 2, 3, push. 1.
So we want to think about now when we take multiple steps. On the final step, we'll point our toe into the ground, and the verbal for this is touch, and then close, bring them back together. And then we want to also think about that when we're taking multiple steps, on the and of each beat, our ankles will be right next to each other, and we want to use the foot that's on the ground to lift ourselves up slightly so that we can push our way through and just glide across the top of the ground. Band set.
Set. Snap. 2, 3, push. 1, 2, 3, touch, close, snap.
So next we're going to be talking about the backwards march. So again, we'll be in our set position with our feet together, and the verbal for this on count 8 is up, then push 1. So that together it'll be 7, up, push 1. So think of the initiation of the motion backwards as being on the and of 8, so you can land on 1. Band set.
Set. Snap. Up, push, 1.
So now that we're taking multiple steps backwards, we want to think of propelling ourselves off the platform again, and we want to make sure that our heels are off the ground and our legs stay straight the entire time. And then on the and of each beat, our feet will be together. And again, like the forward march, you want to use the platform to propel yourself backwards. And then it's the same verbals when you come to a close, so it'll be touch, close, and then snap. So 4 steps backwards. Band set.
Set. Snap. 2, 3, up, push. 1, 2, 3, touch, close, snap.
So next is the slide. We're gonna break it down real quick. A slide is when your body is facing one way, your lower body, and your upper body is facing another way. I have my 2 models, Rose and Justin, here to kind of break it down. You wanna go ahead and slide to the right. You're gonna take your shoulder and kind of push it back till it's 90 degrees facing the sideline. A little word of advice, if you kind of open up your hips and put it to a 45, it kind of helps sort of push that shoulder back. Okay, now we're gonna do a left slide, which is basically the same thing, except you're pushing the left over here. So if you guys wanna go ahead and do that, a left slide facing that way. One thing to keep in mind is whenever you're behind someone, you wanna make sure that you're nice and lined up so it looks good. Your upper body's right behind their upper body. You guys can go ahead and relax. So to get into that, you'll be called to set. So like 1, you'll be band set, you go to set, 1, 2, 3, 4, snap, turn to the direction of the slide, lock, 1. So to break down, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, snap, turn, lock, 1. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So you're gonna do that. They're gonna do 4 steps facing this way. Their upper body facing this way, that is. And when they close, it's a little bit different. You're gonna do your motion, you're gonna touch, close, and you're gonna snap. So it's not, you're not easing into it, you're just snapping right back to your nice and oriented. So we're gonna do 4 steps going this way. Make sure that you're not kind of sliding back and forth. It's a nice straight line with their upper body facing to the right. Band set, set. 1, 2, 3, 4, snap, turn, lock, 1, 2, 3, touch, close, snap. So now we're gonna do a backwards slide. The lower body is the exact same as a regular backwards march, making sure the legs are straight, and on the and beat, we are crossing the ankles. But this time, Rose will be, her upper body will be facing the left. Here's what that looks like. She'll do 4 counts. Band set.
Set. Snap, turn, lock, up, push. 1, 2, 3, touch, close, want to bring your foot into that high mark time position and then just relax it. You want both of your shins to be parallel with each other, and you can also relax your foot, so you don't want to be flexing or pointing, just have it relaxed like that. And then to take a step, you just put your foot straight down and bring your right foot up into that same position. So it should be the same distance as just a normal 8 to 5 step. So now we're going to have Clark demonstrate. He's going to take 4 steps forward of the Oklahoma step. Band set.
Step. Snap. 2, 3. Prep. 1, 2, 3. Together. Close. Snap.
All right, so the last thing we're going to learn today is the pregame sequence. So to do this, we're going to be combining several different elements that we've already talked about today. We'll be using the low mark time, the high mark time, the Oklahoma step, and the forward march. So to begin, we'll start with doing 4 low mark times, and then we'll lift into a high mark time. And while we do our high mark time, we're going to turn 90 degrees to the left. So while you're doing that, think about count 2 as a checkpoint. So 1, 2, you should be about 45 degrees, and then 3, 4, you're all the way to 90 degrees. And at the end of each one, so count 4 of each one is going to be a prep for the next move. So you start push, 1, 2, 3. Count 4 is lift, turn, 2, 3, push, 1, 2, 3, etc. Then after you finish that all the way around in a circle, then we'll go into the Oklahoma step. So you do a prep, 1, 2, 3 together, then 2 halftime mark times, close, and then forward march. So we're going to have 3 models demonstrating all that for you, and we're going to be doing it with the pregame music so you can hear and see what it's supposed to look like.
Push. 1, 2, 3. Lift. 2, 3. Push. 1, 2, 3. Lift. Turn. 2, 3. Push. 1, 2, 3. Lift. Turn. 2, 3. Push. 1, 2, 3. Lift. Turn. 2, 3. Prep. 1, 2, 3. Together. Mark. 2. Close. Push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Snap.
Push, 1, 2, 3, lift, 2, 3, push, 1, 2, 3, lift, turn, 2, 3, push, 1, 2, 3, lift, turn, 2, 3, push, 1, 2, 3, lift, turn, 2, 3, prep, 1, 2, 3, together, mark, 2, close, push, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,